Hello internet, the vlogs are back because Carly and I are running another marathon together for no other reason other than we can. A lot of people can't run marathons. There's people in my family who have arthritis and they're not running marathons. So I'm going to be running one in their honor and to celebrate the fact that I don't have it and I can do what I want. I'm going to be running New York City Marathon this fall on the Arthritis Foundation team, which is obviously a foundation near and dear to my heart because they raise money for people who are afflicted by this disease in my family. And because they sponsor the annual Jingle Bell Run for Arthritis, which is like a Christmas 5K that they do in cities all over the country, and we participate in it as a family. My family and friends will do it, and my mom and sister will both walk it because it's just a 5K, and they'll push strollers with my niece and nephew in it because I think it's very important to my sister that her kids know that Mama's a fighter, and she sure is. I wanted to make this quick video to just sort of explain what it is, because I think people's knowledge is limited to the commercials, like Humira commercials, where people just take a pill and they frolic and everything is happy.
This is Humira. This is Humira helping to relieve my pain and protect my joints from further damage. This is Humira helping me go further.
So the people in my family who I'm running for is my grandmother, my mother, and my sister. My grandmother had rheumatoid arthritis, which is an autoimmune disease which the body attacks its own tissue. It's primarily the joints, causes very painful swelling in the joints, and over time that'll cause bone erosion and deformation of the joints. She actually, the medicine is a lot different than it is now, but she had an experimental surgery probably in the early 90s when I was just a little kid. And they removed all of her knuckles and replaced them with plastic with the hopes that it would alleviate some pain, but it didn't really work. It kind of made things worse because as her joints deformed over the years, her hands, there were no bones in there to hold them together, so they just sort of shrunk into these tiny little mitten hands that weren't really all that useful and that people would stare at when we were in public. And I think it's a shame that people didn't really pay any attention to her until she had a very obvious physical problem that you could, a tangible problem. Because I now feel like I'm one of those people. I feel like a real sack of shit because I don't think I realized the magnitude of my grandmother's situation until I found out that my sister had the same disease. So Marissa found out she had it when she was 28 or 29, it was just a couple years ago. And so there's people everywhere. I certainly knew that she was sick. As long as I can remember, the woman was sick. I've never known her as a not sick person, which is very different than growing up with a sibling who's much closer in age to you and was always healthy and who suddenly isn't. So I remember I would watch her movies of my grandmother when we had some movies when she was still young and active, and I would think, well, it sucks what happened to her, but at least she lived a good life beforehand. But did she? Did she really? I'm now realizing now that I've got this weird sort of time machine in my sister because I see so much of her in not only them looking alike, but just sort of having the same spirit about the whole thing. I'm realizing the fact that I would watch those home movies and think, oh, she looks okay. That's what people do to my sister now. So it sucks. So because I'm a lucky son of a gun who doesn't have arthritis, at least not yet, I'm gonna run as many races as I can. And I feel really shitty that my sister can't join me on any of these. I know how much she hates that because I have eyes and because I asked her. So you're a person with arthritis. What would you like to say about how much that sucks?
Well, it's not the best thing to happen to you when you're under 30. It's kind of puts a damper on things, but I guess something happens to everybody, so that's what happens. There's things that I can do for it. I just have to learn how to manage it and just know that every day is going to be different. It's not always going to be great, and it's not always going to be that bad either.
Well, we're at a run right now, right?
Yes. So
how does that make you feel? Your sister runs, your husband runs.
It doesn't make me feel amazing. I feel kind of sad because I feel like I can't really be part of things the same way that I used to. I can't really run the 5-mile leg right now because I'm having a flare up, and I get sick a lot too with my immune system. So not only can I not run, but I missed the fundraiser last night too because I was too sick to go. And so sometimes for events like this, I have to pick and choose what matters most. It mattered more to be here today. So I wish I could run, but at least I can be here, and I have to kind of pick and choose what I can and can't do. So it's a balance.
How many pills are you taking for this?
Right now, I'm on 6 or 7 different medications. A lot of them are supplements that I'm trying just to help manage it because I really hate having to take the heavy-duty drugs, like the methotrexate, the Humira. They don't make me feel good side effect-wise. It really sucks. So I'm trying some different supplements out. I'm seeing a dietitian. Trying to seek out whatever resources I can to help myself. But it is a lot of pills, and they make me sick a lot of times when I take them.
Did it scare you that you grew up with a grandmother who had the same thing?
Yeah, I mean, looking at her, I realized that the treatment wasn't the same then as it is now, but looking at the degeneration of her joints and how she couldn't do hardly anything, didn't even really have joints left in her hands and feet, just how crippled she was kind of scares me. And knowing also that my immune system is compromised kind of scares me too, that things like pneumonia could really get me. I mean, she just passed away this year from pneumonia, complications of pneumonia, and I have to think about that sometimes, that the inflammation isn't just in my joints, it's in my organs too sometimes, so it is a little scary, yeah.
Okay, and is there anything you'd like to educate the public about? I know people have been rude to you in the parking lot with your handicap card.
I mean, yeah, I have a handicap card. I applied for it and got it. Nobody gave me any problem when I asked for one, and that's because there are days when I literally can't walk. And just thinking about trying to walk 10 feet into the grocery store is just misery to me some days. So, I mean, I try not to use it when I'm feeling good, but there are days when I need it. And I guess you can't judge a book by its cover, just because some days I look okay, or like right now I might look okay, but I feel like I'm going to die, and I just have to power on. So I guess you just never know. You really can't assume that people are okay. You know they're fighting or how hard they're trying to hide it. So everybody's got something. You just have to remember that. We don't know what other battles people are fighting in silence.
Is that why you cried when I ran my first marathon?
Yeah, it is why I cried, because I know the journey that it took for you to get there, and I knew it wasn't very easy for you. That it was long and hard and difficult training, and it also was sad for me because I know that there's a good chance that I won't ever be able to do that. But it reminds me of my own struggle, that every day I have to work towards something too, and it's not always going to be easy, but we just all have our own different journeys, and I have to remember that for mine.
Anything else you want to say?
RA is not a picnic, it's not a walk in the park, but there's lots of good treatments out there. There's lots of alternative therapies out there to try, and the best thing you can do is take care of your body, take care of yourself. And speaking as a mother of 2, I'm 30 years old, I got 2 kids, I got a husband, I got a full-time job. It's not easy to take care of yourself first, but you really have to, and I'm learning that every day. So just keep fighting, that's all.
All right. Very depressing. So there you have it. Just last thing, I didn't really mention my mom as much because she has a different kind of arthritis, osteoarthritis, which is not one I know as much about because it's a fairly recent diagnosis because she takes 10 years to go to the doctor. She also doesn't think I'm going to be able to meet my fundraising goal. Now, I've failed to meet fundraising goals in the past. I've put together teams for the Jingle Bell Run that I mentioned at the beginning of this video, and I failed to meet my quota. And they call me every year now to see if I'm going to do it again. So you guys can stop calling now. I'm doing all the fundraising I can do. And so if you feel so moved to make a donation, I would love to prove my mother wrong. I also just think it seems to be a disease that runs in the family, particularly for women, and I do have a niece now, and she loves to kick. She kicked the whole way through her baptism, and I don't want to ever see her stop kicking. So there you go. And to my training buddy in another state, Carly, look forward to more vlogs because it's a lot more embarrassing to do in the summertime than it was in the winter because there's way more people outside, hence me wrapping this up inside. So look forward to that because I've dug myself a hole now with that stylistic choice. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
It likes to be sheltered. Next year I'll be underground and you can show it. I can't pick my leg up. with a broken hip, artificial hip, bone on bone knee.
Yeah, really. What was in that shotgun?
Yeah,